Hey guys, here Adam Winch with Defenders USA. We're a real treat here. We get to be here with Charlie Evans, and Charlie's become a friend. And I really want to kind of tell you one about him a little bit, but also maybe he can talk about some of his experiences he's had with Defenders USA. But I know he won't tell you as much as he should, but let's at least get started. So, Charlie,
Okay.
brother, thank you.
My name is Charlie Evans. I was in the military for 18 plus years. I started out in the Marines, went to the Army.
What'd you do in the Marine Corps?
Quite a few different MOSs, but I started out with Weapons Company.
Okay, okay.
And moved on to designated marksman eventually.
Okay.
Then transferred over into the Army and did recovery, which I did everything, which was pick up vehicles, picked up downed soldiers, things like that.
So it sounds like deployments overseas,
Yes.
wartime.
Yes, I did 7 deployments.
Okay, 7 deployments. So think about this: designated marksman, and some other things, both the Marine Corps and the U.S. Army. And what he's not telling you is you've bled for God and country, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
The first time I caught a round through between my body armor and me.
Ooh.
And so it took a little of me with it. But,
so an AK round.
Yes.
AK round. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank God you're still here.
Yes.
But well, you said the first time. What else?
I've been ejected from, blown out of gun trucks before.
Okay, so like say a VBID or IED, something like
yes.
that? Okay, so blown out of gun trucks. That messed you up too, didn't it?
Yes, yes, just a little bit.
But anything else?
No, I did that. I got that happen to me 7 times.
Oh. Okay, so spent a lot of time within the military, right? Spent a lot of time, and where did you serve? Was it Iraq, Afghanistan?
So I did 3 Westpacks with the Marine Corps. So I've been all over different countries, but I spent the most of my time I was there when Iraq opened up, and I was there when it closed.
Oh. And
then all in between.
Can you imagine that? I mean, I spent a little time over there, but he spent just tons of time over there. So really what I guess I'm trying to portray to you guys is that we're sitting here talking to an American hero, right? He's taken around for God and country. He's been blown up for God and country, and just honestly thankful to, I would say for us, thankful that he's here today. So thank you for coming to this. But anyways, Charlie, recently I got to meet Charlie because he's a friend with Russell Anthon, who runs our long range stuff, one of the instructors of Defenders USA. But Charlie came down and he went through a 3-day a 3-day NRA certified firearms instructors course that DCS, or Dynamic Combative Solutions, out of Phoenix ran. Both Dave Laird and Clayton Wilcox, they came up here and they ran that back in December last year, so that's where we met. So he became a certified handgun instructor through the NRA. And then from there, you later came back and went to one of our Defender series that we do here in Grand Junction. In fact, we have one coming up this next weekend. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So the Defender series happened first with you.
Oh, that happened first.
And then we went because that got me ready for the instructor course.
Gotcha.
Opened my eyes to a lot of things. A lot of things that I maybe even forgotten. But if-then drills was one of my favorite.
So what he's talking about, right, our Defender series starts with a concealed carry class, or really a law class, a pretty in-depth legal class on a Friday evening, and then it goes all day Saturday, it goes into the spirit of the law, it goes into all sorts of just targeting, you name it, and then we go onto the range. We spend a ton of time shooting a ton of rounds on the range, learning all the basic fundamentals, and then a little bit more. And then we come back on the Sunday and we go into in-depth of what do you do in the immediacy of a gunfight, right? Just immediately after, and even in the long term. And then we also talk about how do you prepare to avoid the fight in the first place, or then how to fight through it. So really what he's talking about, if-then drills, is if this happens, then I'll do this. But if it's this way, I'll do that. And we go back and forth there. So to you, that was something you thought was good?
Yes. Oh, extremely.
Okay. And then we come back on Sunday, we go into we take all the firearm skills, the handgun skills on the Sunday version, and we just go far further. And if I remember, you were having a blast in that.
Yes, it was a blast.
Now, did it seem contextually realistic? All the training there, was it contextually realistic, or was there anything there you're like, didn't make sense to me?
From the hands-on movement to the actually moving, whether it be side to side, front and back, I can't remember what you called it, but when we ran.
Okay, yep. When we did the front, middle, rear exercises,
yes,
things like that.
That was really good because it introduced a little stress.
Yep.
And then to see if you could still run your gun the way.
Yep. And then protecting people, things like that. So overall, do you think that takes, for the average person, right? Understand you're a shooter, Marine, Army, I mean, you're a warrior. For the average person that's out there, is something like that Defender series of value or even needed for the average concealed carry holder in America?
I believe so. Yes.
So.
Yes.
Okay.
I would highly encourage people to.
Okay, so we have one coming up next weekend. But anyways, the reason Charlie's here today is we're actually running a 3-day long-range precision course, or long-range precision 1. We have several other versions. This is the beginning one. And though he is a sniper, literally, I mean, he's a designated marksman from the Marine Corps, so shooting people in the face or whatever else it is for God and country if need be. He's actually come back to this. We've got a warrior, a sniper, and since coming back through this, we're on day 3. We're just starting day 3 here. We're shooting way out here, right? We're shooting all the way out to 2,000 yards out here, but we're shooting all over the place out here at targets you may not see. Can you tell us a little bit about this? Now, understand something. I'm not the instructor for this. I'm actually going through this as a student. It's not very often I get to go through stuff as students, and I just love gun school, so I'm going through this as a student. But Russell's teaching this. He's not here on camera, but here, can you tell us a little bit about this experience for you?
Yes, I sure can. So the things that I was taught in the Marine Corps, we took as gospel, but as time changes, things get improved upon. Well, I'm learning about all these improvements that are being done, from ballistic calculators, which we didn't have. We had to do longhand. You know, we had to draw out terrain maps, mark out targets. But this is just the beginning. But there is so much information to gather from it.
So for you, right, you're a shooter, right? I mean, you're Marine trained sniper in a sense. Do you feel like those skills degrade over time, and is this helpful to bring that back?
Yes, I believe all skills are perishable if you don't use them. And I have forgotten quite a bit.
Hard to imagine. You're a smart guy.
Some would argue that one.
So, but for you, our focus in LRP1, which is this, is really from 100 yards, which is down there, all the way to the 1,000 yards. We want to get you confident first round impact, you know, all the way to 1,000 yards. And of course, we play all the way out to 2,000 yards here. And by the way, if you want to know, we're at the Cameo Shooting and Education Complex in Cameo, Colorado, which is right near Grand Junction. And this is kind of our headquarters, one of our home ranges. So we run these ones pretty often. But do you feel like that the instruction you're getting here so far is leading towards first round impacts all the way out for you?
Yes, I do. It was easy to pick up. Russell, the instructor, was great at explaining and breaking everything down to almost the simplest terms. You know,
dude's a genius, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, he says so many big words, but he says it in ways that even I can understand them.
Right. So you're given all the tools here to be able to feel confident with being able to get first round impacts. And then yesterday we actually walked all the way out to 1,000 yards. From target 1 all the way to target 10. Yeah,
so building dope all the way through. And we've got some folks in here who have never done this before, right? We have a gentleman here, Brent Hickman with Haven Defense Gear. He actually made my holster right here, but he makes these things, but this is the first time he's doing this. All right, we have a lady here that's coming from, I think, the Basalt area. She's never done this at all, and this is completely new to her. And I'm finding, I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm finding everybody here, it's translating, even for the guy that's the shooter like you, to the guy or the girl who've never done this before. It seems like it's working well for them.
Yes. I think everybody comes along at their own speed, but it is really a lot faster than I've seen throughout my life with shooters.
Good.
How simple you take the techniques and then apply them.
So we spent some time in the classroom. Russell's a genius. What'd you think of that?
Information overload for about the first couple minutes. But then, you know, he definitely plays to the audience, and he knows when he either needs to slow down or speed up, and he just adjusts fire like that.
So, the classroom portions, did that make sense to you? All the stuff there, because I mean, I've been through multiple of these schools. This is the most in depth I've ever seen. I mean, he put this together. I mean, the guy's just a genius. But even I sit there and I just think, wow. I mean, this is it's a lot, but to me it makes sense. To you, with your background, it sounds like it makes sense too.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then what we learn in the classroom, does it seem like it's applicable here on the range for what we're doing?
We're using pretty much, I'd say 99% of everything that he taught in the class out here.
Cool.
From the first day.
Well, I just wanted to tell you about the one hymn. I mean, we're sitting in front of American Hero. And in my eyes, if we can't celebrate these people, I mean, they've done things that most of us have never had to do. And if we can't celebrate somebody like this, but it was also telling to me that we have such a high-end shooter who's come to training with us in both handgun and now in long-range precision, that, I mean, that's telling to me that somebody is really the learner's mindset, but who's always sitting there going, I can improve my skills and keep them sharp. And really, I just want to point that out to you. And also, anytime I can celebrate an American hero, which we should in these cases, I wanted to tell you about Charlie too. So, Charlie, sir, thank you for your time. More importantly, sir, thank you for your service.